Welcome back to GDT Tech Reviews. In this video we are going to do a detailed review and pick the top 5 laptops under $500, 2021. So let us get started and the review based on our studies and small research. If you have any personal suggestion, do let us know in the comment section. If you are for the first time, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon for more videos. We will be also providing affiliates link to purchase from Amazon. Kindly use to for best offers and purchase from anywhere in the world. So let's get started. The HP Stream 11 is something of a remnant of the netbook era of the early 2000s, when there was a strong demand for smaller Windows XP-powered laptops with 11.6-inch screens and lightweight chassis. Tablets, smartphones, and Chromebooks conspired to send most netbook designs packing, but a few models have kept the faith through the rise of Windows 10 and are still available. The HP Stream 11 is one of them. It's been updated with a more modern aesthetic and contemporary niceties like HDMI and USB Type-C ports, but it's otherwise a rollback to the way budget laptop computing was in 2005. That's not necessarily a bad thing. If you're on the strictest of budgets and you'd rather check your email, sports scores, and the weather on a small laptop with a physical keyboard instead of a tablet or a phone, the Stream 11 happily obliges. The model we're reviewing here is HP's configuration dubbed Stream 11 AK0010NR. Most Chromebooks that are less expensive than the Flex 5 typically have smaller displays, all plastic bodies and slower processors. Spending a bit more for this Lenovo is worth it because it's simply better. The body is only slightly larger than 11.6-inch models like those commonly used by school districts. However, the larger 13.3-inch display here makes a big difference when scrolling through learning sites or just whenever you need more of your work on the screen all at once. While the display's color and contrast are fine, the screen is a bit dim. I found myself regularly trying to increase it beyond its max setting. This was mostly when I was using it in a bright room near a window or outside. Otherwise, the display was good enough, and it is UC, Universal Stylus Initiative, pen-enabled and will work with Lenovo's UC Pen. Above the display is a serviceable 720p webcam. The mic quality is fine, too, so you should have no trouble being seen and heard on your next Google Meet. Virtually no Chromebooks, Windows laptops or MacBooks have decent Full HD or better webcams, which is a shame now that everyone's using them non-stop. Along with a USB-C port on the right side is a volume rocker and power button, all of which can be accessed in tablet mode. Simplicity reigns with this design, in just about every facet. It's a standard 15-inch system with a plain design, certainly not a head-turner but perfect for blending in. The VivoBook 15's color isn't too adventurous either, sporting a gray paint job, but it's not boring thanks to a speckled metallic look. In terms of portability, the system measures 0.78 by 14.1 by 9.1 inches, HWD, and weighs 3.75 pounds. That's not super lightweight, but still a far cry from being heavy, and should be able to go in your backpack or bag without much notice. The chassis is made of plastic and mostly feels solid. The texture doesn't feel too cheap, and there's some flex if you push around the keyboard or the lid, but nothing that should be noticeable or concerning in normal use. The keyboard and touchpad just about meet that same quality mark, serviceable but not remarkable. As with the original Surface Go, the Surface Go 2 is an affordable device from Microsoft, and is aimed at taking on Chromebooks when it comes to appealing to students. This actually makes it a more interesting device than other Surface products, which usually aim for premium and high-end markets. By delivering a good-looking, good-performing device at a price point far more people can afford, Microsoft is doing something its rivals like Apple and Google often neglect. The Microsoft Surface Go 2 price in India starts at a compelling 42,999 rupees. That gets you a device with 4GB RAM, 64GB storage and an Intel Pentium Gold 4425Y dual-core processor. That's the kind of spec you'd find in ultra-cheap laptops or Chromebooks, but for a Windows 10 machine, it's quite weak. The 4GB RAM is just about passable, but don't go expecting to fire up loads of intensive applications at the same time. That 64 gigabytes of storage, however, is going to fill up incredibly fast, especially with Windows 10 installed. The Acer Aspire E feels like a refuge from circa 2015. The slightly dated design is notable chiefly for big, fat bezels top and bottom of the 14-inch display. That said, slim side bezels at least ensure fairly compact overall proportions. At 1.7 kilograms and 17 millimeters thick, portability is decent and is aided by the compact 45 watts power supply. If you want something more stylish, head to our Asus VivoBook 15 versus Acer Aspire 5 comparison. The Asus is a slicker-looking laptop for a similar price, but there are compromises elsewhere. It's worth noting the power supply uses an old-school barrel connector. The Aspire 5 does have USB Type-C connectivity, but only for data. You can't charge it via USB-C, more's the pity. Still, one fringe benefit of the relative bezel bulge is plenty of space up top for proper webcam location.